Man, there's a big hole on Monroe. I went on Monroe to get my car washed, and there's a big hole on Monroe. I was pulling down, I was making a left on Monroe thinking it was going to be no big deal. I was just going to make a left. I didn't know they were working on the road. I guess, you think you drive around for a living and you know everything. I didn't know they were doing that Monroe thing. There's a big, huge hole in the road. Like, oh, sorry, you're working on the road. I didn't pay attention. I was busy being upset because Arby's is closed. Another place is closed. Everywhere is closed. I want a hot dog, and I can't find nowhere open with a hot dog in the drive-thru because I want to stay in the car to be able to get rides. I don't want to have to sign off. So it's like, can't find nothing in the food I want. I guess this goes to show you should never want a hot dog at 7:30 in the morning. And then I was thinking 7-Eleven, but like I want the sauerkraut and like I want all the things. And I don't know if they put sauerkraut at the 7-Eleven. I've never paid attention. Maybe next time I'll check. But like I don't want to get out of the car and run around the 7-Eleven if I'm not gonna get the hot dog I want by then. You know those mornings where you wake up kind of weirdly picky? Well, amen to that. What happened? Okay, so a bunch of countries were researching the destruction of the dollar. You know, they just thought it was kind of interesting and really smart to analyze dollars being destroyed. So these countries were really I put that spray on me, it's all wet. I put that hair spray. I thought, maybe the trick is you have to put too much. So I was in the quick quack and I thought I'll try to put so much spray that it's sickening and see if that makes it smell nice. Oh my gosh, I might be a genius. I sprayed and sprayed way too much spray and it smells kind of pretty. Okay, maybe that's the thing, is it doesn't smell much if you only put a little bit. Or if you try to sprinkle it, it just smells how it smells. But when you put a lot, it kind of like the smell adds up from the small smell of spraying a little bit to a bigger, beefier smell. I don't know, but it does smell decent. So it was kind of a good idea to spray too much. Of course, you're taking a chunk out of the bottle, but like, if it works to smell the way I want, I guess it's doing that. But you'd have to buy it more and more and more often. But anyway, so I was sitting around talking to these countries about the value of the dollar and how the value of the dollar is always so extreme and severe. The value of the dollar is such a big thing. Just like the balance of the ecosystem, the dollar is a really big reality, whether you understand the dollar or not. Well, so I was talking to all these countries about the ups and downs of the economics and the dollar. And it was pretty fun. We were having some pretty philosophical / smarty talks. And then we started talking about when you go against God. And I was teaching everybody, God allows countries to manufacture money. It is God that decides when and how much money you can manufacture and have for your countries. Now, when gods let you manufacture money, they factor it into the value of the dollar for that country. So you take murdering God, and you take the fact that this United States has an system falling apart, and an economics falling apart, and a dollar value that's in the negative. And it's a bad combination. And these countries are realizing that when a dollar from the United States or Dubai goes into their country, it destroys the value of their entire country. And it's scary as hell. And you're like, why isn't the country more destroyed and demolished? They are, but they're trying to hide it. And that was what I was trying to explain. I was trying to explain that back in the old days, when the Great Depression was around, the country tried to hide it back then too, while the dollar and everything kind of kept falling apart until the value of everything was pretty much like nothing. Looks like they're working on the parking lot in Farmer Boys. They're working on the parking lot at the Farmer Boys. I was gonna go through the drive-thru, but like, I don't know. I don't want to bother these people if they're busy working. I guess I don't even know if the place is open, but I don't need to bother a bunch of people working on the parking lot. I'll just go somewhere else. I barely decided, like, I could get a salad, I guess, at Farmer's. Like, a salad's a salad. It's an easy freebie, but I really wanted a hot dog. So Canada got pretty pissed off, and they were like, oh my God, if their dollar gets in our Canada, it's destroying us. But we have to put up with all their shit and pay more money in the country. And I was like, yeah, so don't think twice about whether we ever had a good relationship with you guys or not, because like, this isn't God's country anymore. You know, I'm not gonna lie. As a God, I'm gonna just tell you, God the Father, Jesus the Son, and I really liked Canada over the years, but like, it's just not gonna work out. We know that this country murdered God. That makes a horrifying dollar. This country has a dollar in negative value. Nobody even completely comprehends the education on that yet. And like, we get it. Like, it has to go how it has to go over time. Like, life just is what it is. But it's crazy, insane stuff.